Alright, so in this video we are going to talk about the best teams to use in the newest Pure Fiction cliched sayings. This is the, I guess the Aglia Pure Fiction because she drops in like 2 days from this one coming out. So make sure you get this done so you can get some more Jades if you're going for Robin, Boot Hill, Silver Wolf, whoever it is. Yeah, you obviously want to get more Jades, so you want to clear this, right? And this video is here to help you out. So let's go over the buffs first and foremost. This one is when entering Surging Grit, consume all resound. Each stack of resound deals one instance of a set amount of damage to a random enemy target. During Surging Grit, increases the enemy target's damage taken by 50%. If they are defeated by any unit, all allies additionally gain one stack of resound. At 10 stacks, consume all resound stacks and deal one instance of a set amount of damage to a random enemy target per stack. Then, to charge your Grit mechanic, you need to use ultimates. After using ultimate, every enemy target hit additionally accumulates 5 Grit value for all allies. Then the 3 buffs this time around are going to be during Surging Grit, all allies' speed increases by 40%. When all resound is consumed in an attack, recover 1 skill point. Then, after allies use skill to attack enemy targets, every enemy target hit additionally accumulates 3 Grit value. That one is pretty nice. Then the second one is during Surging Grit, after an enemy target is defeated by any unit, there's a 50% chance that all allies gain 1 stack of resound. Additionally, after allies launch a follow-up attack, every enemy target hit additionally accumulates 2 Grit. Then the last one, unfortunately, doesn't have a Grit mechanic to it, but when entering Surging Grit, activates the ultimate on the first character on the team lineup and increase their damage dealt by ultimates during the Surging Grit by 50%. Right? Now, let's go over what the overall really good units are going to be, right? I feel like this really never changes. The new RMC is going to be overall really good. The HMC is going to be really good for this. Sunday, Fugue, I can't forget the stands like Aventurine, Gallagher, Fushuan, where's Linksha? Linksha is going to be up here, Woeful as well. They're going to have characters like Ron May and Robin, universal buffers. Sparkle is also up here. Who else am I forgetting? Pela also really, really good. Mini Herda, I put in overall good. It's debatable if you want to put her with like the follow-up buff, right? But I'm just going to put her in overall good for now. Argenti is going to be an overall good. The Herda is probably the best unit in Pure Fiction. You can really just run it with anything and get good results. And then let's not forget Jiao Q, really just 5-star Pela, really, really good character. Now these other characters are really good and you could put them in overall good, but they are going to get a massive buff from the, whatever one you pick. These characters, no shocker here because it's the speed buff, are going to be Rappa, Firefly, and Serval. Right? Serval actually has some use. To be fair, Serval is going to need a bit more juice than Rappa and Firefly, right? Because with Rappa and Firefly, you can run like HMC, Gallagher, run May, call it a day. Serval, she's definitely want some beefier characters and potentially some dupes in those characters, but you can still get the clear done nonetheless. Mostly, these characters are going to want you to spam the skill, right? Because with the speed buff, all allies use a skill. Every enemy target hit gets 3 Grit. That way you can charge your Grit really, 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 really fast, right? Next up, for the follow-up attack buff, what I was using was Jin Yun. Yun Li is also a very, very good option. Jade, a lot of Jade love has been happening recently. Very cool. I don't think she's the craziest of units, but for Pure Fiction, she definitely shines. Then we're also going to slap Himiko on there as well. The only issue with Himiko this time around, by the way, is that the enemies are weak to Quantum Electric. Then the second phase is Ice and Physical. Cocolia is weak to fire, but nobody else is weak to fire on that team. And then on the other one, it's just during the Argenti fight. So you really do need either to have just a follow-up Himiko that can rely on other characters, or you bring her along with someone like Ting Yun. Otherwise, she's not going to have that great of showing. So I'm just going to slap her on the follow-up attack buff. Just because she really does need a little additional help to be really good in this one. But I'm sure if you have Ting Yun, or sorry, not Ting Yun, Fugue, and you pair them together, that you could probably just get the clear regardless thanks to her OP ability, hence why Fugue is in overall good, right? Then with the ult buff, The only character that really comes to mind and I've really tested in the few runs that I've done is Acheron, right? This completely fills up your ultimate, which is really helpful for characters like Argenti, hence why he's an overall good. Herda's gonna like this, and then Acheron as well. Feijao technically as well would like this, but she is single target, which could be a bit rough. Not saying you can't do that in pure fiction nowadays, but Acheron is definitely going to want it because her ult is AoE, and when I used her, she did pretty good damage, right? Now, I'm not saying these other characters are bad by any means. I think we'll do some HMs, right? Honorable mentions. Black Swan, Arcana still does a good amount of damage. Kafka can be pretty good as well. Dot, the enemies are not super quick, but they still have some speed to them because the speed of enemies is constantly going up. So, you can trigger your dot more as well. That's pretty cool, right? Another honorable mention I'll put is Feijao, because Feijao is still such a strong character. It's just really you gotta have the right characters and the right oomph to it, right? If you're able to take out enemies left and right, you can actually do a pretty good job of clearing pure fiction. And I've seen people get clearable runs, and I have gotten clearable runs in the past. I'm used to her in this one. That's why she's gonna be an honorable mention, kind of they could work, more testing needed kind of one. I could put a few more units here like Asta Tingyan, but I think I'll leave it blank for now. A lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh man, you're coping for Dot," and I kind of am, right? Pure Fiction is really all that Dot's got left to really be good in. Besides, I think Apocalyptic Shadow when they tried to like super buff Dot, and it still doesn't clear the fastest. But at least the Dot units are AOE, right? And that's kind of the name of the game, Pure Fiction. But other than that, that's pretty much gonna be it for teams. Mostly, if you have any of the good Pure Fiction teams, or you summon for like any AoE unit, you can pretty much just get a 40,000 clear pretty easily. And then whatever your next team is, as long as they can scoot by just a quick little 20k, then you'll be absolutely fine, right? I feel like Pure Fiction is definitely the easiest as long as you have some game plan with who to summon for account wise, right? So I feel like a lot of people just don't have the boxes for Pure Fiction. They have like no Roan May, no Robin. They summoned for like, follow up. Maybe like they went for Dot or they went for Super Break and they like are missing characters. It's weird, right? I've seen some interesting Pure Fiction takes, but let me know in the comments which you think the hardest endgame mode is. If these teams helped you out in the comments, always recommend teams. Let me know what you cleared so it could help out other players. If you got a run with E0 S0 Blade and some other normal options, let people know in the comments. Maybe they can clear as well. But other than that, that'll be it for the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Hopefully, it's a me clearing video. I'm not too sure which one's gonna go first. Probably this one. So check that out. And yeah, thanks.